I guess, Mark, from your perspective, just at what point did you really start to see them breaking down in the paint? And how did you guys, why were you guys so successful attacking the rim the way that you were?
Not sure I saw them breaking down the paint. We just, schematically, they do a really interesting thing with their ball screen coverage. And then we were kind of adjusting and diagramming, getting our guys to understand that so we could, adjust our attack with our screen and roll. We obviously, when you got a guy like Ryan Nemhard and Nolan that have been in our system and understand that they can, they know how to make plays in those things. It's kind of organizing these guys to get them to the right spot. So it was more of that than anything.
Mark, what was it like game planning for Umar, and then just where has he grown in the last handful of years, and then also kind of slowing him down in the second half? I think he had 19 of his 25 in the first.
Well, it was hard. He's clearly gotten a lot better. I mean, I think we had him, what was that, 6 years ago? So he's older and he's got himself in great shape. I'm happy for him. But yeah, I mean the right-handed hook was going tonight, but we were okay with that. We just didn't want to get him a whole lot of things between us and the basket. And for the most part, we adjusted our ball screen coverage about halfway through the first half. And for the most part, after that adjustment, I think we didn't get him a whole lot of stuff between us and the basket.
Coach, last night you talked about communication and execution on defense being a problem. And from the first possession, it looked like your guys were just, what did you say and how did that work out?
Well, I mean, there's a lot you say in a 24-hour period like that. But again, hey, we talked about how in a game like the other night, I mean, it comes down to one or two possessions and we got to be able to execute. And especially on defense, I didn't feel like we played very good D last night. We actually played pretty good D. I mean, Indiana can really, really score. I mean, it was obviously a faster, much more up-tempo affair. But I thought we were more connected today. The guards met last night and discussed, owning it and communicating better and just connecting those areas. But our bigs did a good job. Our bigs, I mean, that's the first team we've played, that's kind of like us. It likes to throw the ball inside a lot and really ducks in and really puts a lot of foul pressure on you. We were in massive foul trouble in the first half and got in even more trouble in the second half, but they kept playing. They kept competing, and we were moving them in and out of there, and they were able to stay in the game and help us. What do you got?
said the guards, Matt?
Yeah. No, we do that all the time. We have position meetings and they met and hey, they were the ones out there that were screwing up the switches, so they need to solve it. I mean, they know what my message is.
Graham, on the topic of fouls, there was whistles all over the place. How hard was it to kind of settle in when you were out there? You were scoring just fine, and then what Benny gave you coming in when you guys were in foul trouble.
You have today's best play to make. Responded well, and also we just got to control. We can control at the end of the day. If we're in foul trouble, things aren't going our way, so be it. The other guys will pick up for us like they have been doing all year, and vice versa.
Mark, what do you think sparked that 16-0 run there at about the 7.5 minute mark? Kind of let you guys pull away?
In the first half or second half?
Yeah.
What are you talking about? Again, pace, excellent pace. Again, I think Ryan had, all our guards. I think Nolan certainly did, but KB was good. So I think pace and obviously stops. I think we keep track of our kills, which is 3 stops in a row. I think we had 3 consecutive kills in a row. So that's obviously, if we can do that to you and get out and run, I mean, that's at least when we're at our best.
Michael, rebounding, scoring, feel like that was maybe your best game early on in your Zag career, and then Nolan, the response of the team from last night to this one.
Today I want to make a statement. You know, first off, I want to say God is great. But yeah, we all contributed on the glass. B Huff, Graham, me, Ben, we all did a great job. You know, hunting the rebounds, and it's all of a great effort. And proud of those guys.
Yeah, for
Oh yeah, man, we responded well from yesterday. You know, I even responded well. I had a bad little turnover turning down the stretch, but that's just growth, like Coach had said in the locker room. You know, a few years back, I wouldn't even been myself this game, so I'm just proud of myself for coming back. You know, being a leader for the squad and figuring it out this today.
Yeah, I was just going to ask Nolan if you could expand on maybe the meeting that you guys had the guards last night. Kind of what was the tone of that? I imagine the game didn't sit well, and just the response that you guys had as a unit today.
Just being together. You know, understanding if a switch is a switch. You know, that's what it is. Just being together, connected. You know, that's pretty much what the meeting was. It wasn't too much, but yeah, just coming to an understanding.
You might have got asked this before I got in, Mark, but again, Nolan or Ryan just seems to control that thing on a string out there, and especially during a run.
Yeah. I mean, you've seen it, and I think we're used to it. We don't take it for granted, but we expect it. And especially and like I said, this was a high possession game, and teams were going up and down. It was played at a quicker pace and more possessions than last night. So that's obviously a huge advantage for us and for him. If we can get him in the open court, then he's able to make those plays and reads and passes that make him such a special player.